This next video is one of the few out there that features an Asian man who is not completely overreacting to a paranormal event happening around him. Now, obviously, I have featured Asian investigators before that had calm reactions, but none of them were solo, which does play the most important role. Our guy in the next video was at his own home alone at night when he heard someone knocking at his door. He thought it might have been some neighbor who needed help, or a burglar perhaps, who just happened to be a little nervous for his first mission. When he checked who was knocking, he found no one. A couple of days later, at nighttime, he heard some noise. He asked his cat, whose name is White because he is fully white, "Did you or did you not make that noise I just heard?" White responded with, "No comment." What a Gen Z type of act. But then the party kicked in for real, and our guy began shaking out of fear as a noise coming out of the bathroom made him spin around. But then the door itself, which was half opened, slammed shut right in front of his eyes. He charged towards it, he opened the door, and he tried to find any possible force that could have made the door move like it did, but nothing was to be found. All until here, the paranormal activity was clear as day, but the straw that broke the camel's back was when the guy rotated back to the living room, because there he experienced the most anticipated activity, where a shadow figure appeared out of nowhere sprinting in the kitchen. When our boy ran towards the kitchen and turned on the lights, a vessel moved on its own and dove right to the ground, which finished the night for the man in a terror type of ending.
Tem alguém aí? Foi você, Branca? Quem tá aí? Oi! Oi! Alexa, liga a luz do banheiro, Alexa.
Tudo bem.
Não pode ser. Oi! Quem tá aí? Oi! Oh.
I honestly don't buy that shadow figure apparition. It almost feels forced in the video, like he was too slow, which for a ghost is a big no-no. And also, something about his appearance doesn't speak truth to me. When moving into a new apartment, always make sure to close the doors behind you when you decide to buckle up and start sleeping there. Though this was not intentionally what I wanted to say, I will rhyme with it. In the next video, we have Pigeon, and I'm not mocking him by any means, not at all, but his name on his account is K Pigeon. I didn't want to say the K word for YouTube, but you will read it when you check his account. As I said, if I even said it, he recently moved into a new studio apartment, and things were going well for him until they weren't. Just like in documentaries, how did he find that he entered a new phase in his life that will just push him to the limits? Well, if you're talking about his personal life, you should ask him, but if you're referring to the paranormal, then it all began when he was taking photos of his house. As he was reviewing these photos, he noticed something odd in one of these pictures, something that truly sent shivers down his spine. It looks like he has a new friend living secretly with him, and he was hiding in the kitchen cabinet. He explained that the cabinet was supposed to be closed and that it was somehow opened. But that wasn't the scary part. At least it wasn't the scariest one of that incident. No, it was what was revealed to be hiding inside the cabinet itself. What appears to be a creepy face with large eyes. And when he used the thermal camera, it gave a heat map for that part specifically, indicating there must have been something in there. The other night, Mike was awakened by a sound. The man can't see clearly without his glasses, but he was able to tell that something off was taking place in his closet because its light was flickering on and off by itself, followed by an object being knocked off of its place, which was revealed later to have been the hanger. Mike had enough and decided to install some security cameras across his house, and what they captured literally made him pull off of his bed, but not by option. No, some unknown force pulled him, and whatever it was, it seems like it was in the closet, because prior to that event, the closet was opened by itself.
Hey there. There's another update on my haunted studio apartment. I hope nothing happens in the middle of this video, but essentially the clip you just saw was from last night. I got woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up to like flashes of light in my face. And it was because the lights in my closet were turning on and off and on and off. And my heart immediately sank. Because there was no chance of it being a faulty bulb or something wrong with the wiring, because the lights in my closet are just like these magnetic lights that turn on when there's movement. So my closet's literally right here. And the only way to turn on the lights is if you move. They're like little sensors here. So the only way to turn on is like if something passes by. So when the lights were turning on and off, it was really quite terrifying. And my bed's literally across the room from the closet, so I was just sleeping right here. And lights were going on and off and on and off. And I wear glasses, so I wasn't really able to see much well, so I took out my phone and started recording. And I was recording the lights going on and off. And I was kind of looking through my phone because I could see my phone, right? I couldn't see from far away. I didn't want to get up and get my glasses. I was kind of scared. So I was just filming, and all of a sudden I see like the clothes just move in my closet. And every time they would turn on, I'd see them move a little bit more. And then I heard something just fall. So I immediately just stopped recording and I got up. But essentially it was just a hanger. Like looking back at the video now, I can see the hanger literally just fly off. Oh my God, you can literally see the pole. And lights here. And this is the hanger that fell. And this is the clothes that were shaking. And there's no way, like there's no space for anything. There's nothing. And I just don't know how that happened. And like for the hanger to like fly out, like they're obviously hooked. You guys use hangers. So I don't know. That was very strange and weird. And once I got up and checked everything, everything seemed to go back to normal. Did I go back to sleep? Absolutely not. But yeah.
I swear that's like a face right there. Like it's literally like I don't understand.
Hey there. I thought it'd be a good time to update you guys on my haunted apartment and the stuff that's been going on. Things have been getting increasingly worse, and recently it's been really active at night while I sleep. I'm waking up with a lot of bruises and scratches, usually around my neck and around my stomach. And because of it, my friends and I placed these little cameras around my apartment. And essentially the cameras start recording when it catches movement. So they're running 24 hours a day all around the apartment. And when movement is caught, it starts recording, and then we were able to play it back. So
Holy, I just get that on camera. Okay, I'm literally freaking shaking right now. I'm just so freaking scared. I just got finished checking my whole apartment. I just found out. Oh my god! I just found out you can connect your camera to your computer that doesn't have a webcam, and you can use your phone as a camera. Okay, so I was on the photo booth app. I was just like, okay, let me play around with it. I haven't used this in forever, and I was taking the photos, whatever. And I was looking back at them, and I saw that there's this black line, and it's because my cabinet opened a little bit, and I went to the next one, and I don't even know why this is like lit up back here. You know, this is like the thermal photo thing, and it's like lit up. So I kept going to the next one, and I swear I freaked out because one, I don't know how it opened, but two, I swear that's like a face right there. Like it's literally like I don't understand like what that could be. Like it's literally a face, and I'm like I'm freaking out right now. I took a photo when I realized it just like snapped a photo automatically, but I swear and I've already checked. I checked my whole apartment, and this I thought maybe it was up this because this is black up here, but it was on the second shelf. Like it was not up, it was right here, and there's nothing that looks anything remotely like that. I swear that's a face.
For his own age, it seems like he is dealing with this scary situation much better than most people older than him, and definitely better than the ones younger than him. But I hope he isn't staging anything. The next guy who I like to feature on this channel but haven't for some time is back at it again. Now, for why I haven't been featuring him often lately, it's because he has a music taste I don't like. And it's not exactly how you think it is. It's not a matter of just taste, but because he shoves it all over his videos. I just don't get the best quality audio on his investigation because I have to remove the music. So, today he decided to visit his old friend Lucio, who happened to be living in a rural haunted house alone with his dog. His dog is too weak to defend his owner and protect him from the paranormal, as he has never been more scared ever since he sensed the sinister energy under the house. The investigation kicks off with the two having a conversation about the house haunting. Don't worry though, I know your confusion. The conversation was between the owner and the investigator, not with the dog. At first, things were normal, nothing to be worried about, until a noise was heard, followed by the door of the bedroom moving on its own. The door of the other bedroom also happened to open on its own right after. The investigator, Ulysses, stepped up and went right to the first room to check on it, and he found one of the drawers opened. So he began shaking the idea of cleansing the house by trying to invoke the spirits first, and then communicate with them, man to ghost. So he told the owner to sit on the bed while he lit up the candle and began the ritual, which both sides agreed on. Upon conducting the ritual, the drawers on both sides of the bed slid open somehow. The owner was scared, but Ulysses tried to calm him down so they could complete the ritual. When they tried to resume, some creepy face appeared from behind the window, while the entrance door was slammed shut. But the breaking point, which was probably the scariest, was when the investigator turned his back and looked behind him only to find Lucio in a weird position while a figure was standing by him.
Pessoal, não, ela não encosta aqui e não tá encostando lá pra cima, ó. Ela só fica lá onde ela mora, que é uma casa pra lá, pessoal. Uma casa bem pra lá, certo? Meu, toda vez que eu chegava aqui, essa cachorrinha vinha aqui...
Estrovava nós aqui, entrava aqui dentro, né?
Ficava aqui, né? Então, pessoal, o que é... Que isso? Você escutou?
Escutei, Ulisses, eu tenho medo de ficar aqui sozinho.
Ô, Lu, você tem medo daqui? Você suspeita de algo aqui neste lugar aqui, ó? Que é isso? Olha lá, 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 lá. Olha ali, olha isso, olha isso. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Olha ali, ó. Olha aqui. Cara, é espetacular ou não é? Eu fui perguntar se o Lúcio suspeita de algo aqui, ó. Minha nossa, olha aqui, Lúcio. Olha isso, ó. Olha isso, ó. Olha isso, ó. Rapaz do céu. Eu vou mostrar aqui debaixo da cama aqui, viu, Lúcio? Deixa eu segurar aqui, pessoal. Meu joelho não tá legal, não. Mas dá pra mostrar pra vocês, ó. Rapaz, foi a gente tá conversando aqui, falando sobre essas coisas. Senta lá no meio da cama lá.
Será que não tem nada debaixo da cama, não? Dormir.
Eu sei que você vai chiar por causa disso, Lúcio, mas a gente vai fazer o seguinte. Bom, pessoal, tô apagando aqui, vocês estão vendo ali, ó, o negócio aqui, ó. Opa, foi eu que tropiquei aqui, Lúcio? Foi eu que tropiquei aqui. Bom, pessoal, acaba não me pegando ali. Vou apagar a luz aqui novamente, certo? E estarei acendendo aqui esta vela. A última vez que eu estive aqui, espírito, voz saiu desta parede através da ligação que existe aqui neste espelho. Pois eu pergunto neste momento, tal. Houve um barulho aqui em cima estralando e vocês viram a manifestação aqui. Pois é um demônio que habita este lugar. Levante-se das trevas, espírito imundo. Saia deste local, porque aqui não é teu lugar. Que está aqui próximo a mim. É uma entidade maligna? Algo inumano? Apareça, espírito maligno! Olha isso, 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 pessoal, olha isso, olha isso. Rapaz, é obscuro ou não é? Opa, 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 opa. Apareça, espírito maligno! Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso, olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Opa, opa, opa. Mostre a tua face aqui, espírito. Pessoal, vou falar pra vocês, cara. Estou apagando a luz novamente aqui. Vou apagar a luz novamente. Pois aqui, este lugar. Apareça aqui, espírito maligno. Opa, opa, parece que eu tô vendo algo lá. Parece que eu tô vendo algo lá. Olha isso, Lúcio. Olha isso, Lúcio. Olha esse cara. Lúcio, cadê você, mano? Cara do céu. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Olha isso, cara. Olha isso, cara. Minha nossa. Lúcio do céu, mano. Você viu isso, cara? Pessoal, cara, minha cabeça tá doendo ao extremo aqui, bicho. Rapaz do céu. Cara, o que tá acontecendo?
Negócio aqui
O que tá acontecendo, Lúcio? Fala comigo, cara. Minha nossa. Olha isso, pessoal. Cara do céu. Cara do céu. Que bagulho. Abraça-te a Deus e que todo mal saia deste lugar, neste tempo de quaresma, que caia por terra espírito imundo.
Perhaps that figure was just trying to give the old man relief from his back pain. But you know what? For a man his age, he is pretty flexible. Not a lot of people his age can get in that posture easily. Imagine living in a house with your own wife for years, or even months, and yet you don't know everything about the place you live in. And I'm not talking about its history, but rather what's inside the house, at least what's in the places you already know exist in the property. And that takes me to our next guy, whose name is Kyle. He is a normal guy who has nothing to do with the realm of ghosts. He was once working on his laptop like an old man, drinking his coffee, enjoying his day, and was at his peak, if it wasn't for that one little thing that not only disrupted his night but also flipped things upside down till this day. He heard a loud bang coming from the garage. He was curious to know what could have resulted in such noise. He activated Kyle investigator mode and stood up to check, while also recording for some reason. When he reached the garage, he noticed that the string of the attic gate, which pulls down the staircase to get up there for those who don't know what I'm referring to, that string was swinging on its own, despite no force in the area that could have led to that. So it seems like something or someone must have messed with it. Then later on, he decided to investigate the attic, as the bang did repeat on a different occasion. What he found up there left him baffled. A mysterious box, more like a basket, in which he found the most unpleasant items. A doll. Not only is the presence of that doll questionable, but what it brought to the house was on another level, as the house became haunted, and the doll was once found on the swing while it was swinging on its own.
Okay, I just heard a loud banging in the garage while I was pouring my coffee. What the Please do not be something weird. I cannot take this anymore. Alrighty, well, I thought I had the bright idea to shine a flashlight up in there since my phone light wouldn't reach very far. But I got up in there and realized there is a light bulb. So I'm going to show you what I found. That is some kind of a box. And I'm too scared to go get it. All right, I'm up here, and light bulb blue. So that's great. Now let's go get the box. Oh, goodness. What do we got going on here? This is sturdy. Okay, it's a Christmas box. Oh, there's a handle. Is there another one? Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see what's in there. Is that up? There's some shit in there. Okay, dust here now. Okay, there had to be a freaking doll in here. Oh. Okay, I guess it's time to go through the box and see what all's in there. I guess it's more of a basket. Christmas basket. I don't know who goes picnicking in the snow, but okay. Alright, here we go. What the? What the? Hey.
That's why you should never mess with items you don't fully understand. But isn't he supposed to be already aware of what's in the attic? Unless it wasn't there before, which would be the most logical explanation. Do you know something about the next video? It's just downright unsettling. Nothing new has been said here, I know, but this next video is truly different. We have a guy who was walking home alone at night because he couldn't find a ride, so he decided to use his legs for once to reach a longer target in distance. Though I thought that the video was about him being freaked out because some weird stalkers were following and staring him down, I then realized that's not completely true and might just be more on the paranormal side of things. First of all, the dog you will see in the video isn't his, and he just appeared out of nowhere. But dogs are cute, right? Maybe, but this one dog just vanished into thin air suddenly. You might think during the video that maybe he returned to his owner, who was walking right behind our guy. But think again, because that guy behind him also vanished suddenly. The guy walking behind our man wasn't the only one, as one more figure appeared to be following him and then vanishing. What makes all of this scarier is the fact that it was during a live stream. And if you think these figures are just humans and they took a turn, that's why they disappeared out of the scene. Then think again, because the area he was walking in is wide open, with no turns or alleys. There is another video where our man was on the street when he got stalked, but in this one the figure seems to be an actual human.
Urgente,
Y hay
Lima,
bastantes
Perú.
historias que en la playa penan mucho. Penan mucho, gente, ¿ok? Justo estamos en la zona donde los policías encontraron esa cosa. Wow, gente, miren todo lo que vamos a bajar, ¿ah? Uy, ¿tú? Hermano, ¿este perro negro? Mano. ¿Qué hace? Ven, te vas a caer. Mano, esto no es un perro, mano. Este es un aviso de algo, huevón. Poco, huevón, ¿ah? Ven, mi rey, ¿qué es ahí? Bueno, este está bien sospechoso. Este huevón está bien sospechoso. Voy a seguir avanzando, ¿ok? No voy a correr, hermano. Espera, que todavía no voy a correr. Todavía no voy a... Eran choros, hermano. Ya sé, hermano, ya sé, pero por eso te digo. ¿Es el perro? El perro se convirtió en humano. ¿Qué hablan, mano? Oh, mano, la firme, ¿saben qué? Ya no está, huevón. Aguanta, ya no está, huevón. Está muy extraño todo, mano. Gracias, mi Jen, chicos. Escúchame. Mano, este pata está arriba, huevón. Mano, escúchame, escúchame. Tiene, mano, mira cómo traspasa su cuerpo. ¿Vieron? Oye, ¿qué fue, weón? Está todo transparente, weón. Está medio raro ese weón. Sabes que me miraba hace rato de lejos, pero me hacía el weón yo. ¿Qué? ¿Qué fue, mano? ¿Cómo? ¿De dónde, mano? ¿Qué fue, loco? ¿Qué fue?
I honestly didn't think the video was creepy at first. Yeah, a creepy stalker stalking you after midnight is never comfortable, but it's still in the open. But after realizing the truth and that these are most likely jinn figure shifters, I completely lost my cool. I have heard a lot of stories similar to the video here, but this is the first time I have seen it in a video, especially that the guy was also recording live. Now, this brings me to my last point, the point where you subscribe and watch the next video on screen.